Imagine a gesture so simple it only requires your feet. And yet it has the power to transform your health, your money, and your luck forever. Today, I'm going to show you something most people ignore, but when activated just once, it can profoundly and permanently change your life. Get ready, because what you're about to learn is not a trick or a coincidence. It's a key to unlocking your energy, your abundance, and your well-being from the root. Are you ready to take the first step toward a healthier, more prosperous, and luckier version of yourself? Then don't look away. Your transformation begins now. Think of your feet as invisible roots. Just like a centuries-old olive tree, survival is impossible without a constant exchange of nutrients and energy with the earth. We too are in permanent contact with the world through what sustains us, the soles of our feet. Every step you take is a silent dialogue with the ground, and not every exchange is positive. During the day, while walking, standing, or even sitting, your feet absorb more than just heat and pressure. They act as antennas, picking up vibrations, emotions, and even tensions from your surroundings. That's why, after spending hours in stressful places, like a noisy office or crowded rush hour transport, you come home carrying a weight that is not only physical. Our grandparents knew this. They observed that insomnia, irritability, and persistent fatigue often didn't stem from illness, but from invisible accumulation in the energy points of the feet. If you want to cleanse the soul, start with the feet, said a proverb repeated in villages across Castilla and Andalusia. For them, the physical and energetic cleansing of this area was as important as food or rest. The philosophy behind this care is simple and profound. By removing stagnant energies from the feet, you free the flow that nourishes the entire body. Imagine each point on the sole as a switch connected to organs and emotions. If it's blocked, the rest of you functions with less strength. In the villages, this cleansing was performed ritualistically. On specific nights, water was heated until lukewarm. An infusion of St. John's wort, hypericum, or chamomile was added, and the feet were submerged with the attention of someone caring for something sacred. That simple act, full of intention, released tension, and restored internal balance. Before I show you the step-by-step, you need to recognize the signs that you carry too much energetic weight, cold feet even on hot days, tingling without apparent cause, a dragging sensation while walking, and above all, waking up already tired. Now that you understand how the feet act as filters and antennas, we can begin the first layer of the ritual. But attention, what you're about to learn here is just the foundation. The real power lies in the details I will reveal later. Start by heating a container of water until it's warm, hot enough to relax, but not so hot as to be uncomfortable. Temperature is key. Too hot overloads the energetic flow. Too cold closes the channels that should be releasing. Then add a fresh infusion of St. John's wort, or chamomile. St. John's wort acts as a beacon, repelling dense vibrations. Chamomile calms the mind and prepares the body for rest. It's not necessary to use both at the same time. This choice also carries energetic significance, which I will explain later. Before submerging your feet, sit comfortably and take 3 deep breaths. Look at your legs and feet as if you were going to converse with old travel companions. This moment of pause is essential for bridging the physical gesture with its energetic effect. The signs that your body is asking for this cleansing are clear. Feet that feel swollen from within, excessive heat or constant cold, even small spasms in the toes. Each is like a silent alarm, indicating that the weight is not only muscular, but vibrational. Place your feet in the water slowly, feeling the contact as if it were a reunion. Close your eyes and imagine each tense particle dissolving and detaching from you. I will not yet speak of the special words that amplify this process. They will be revealed at the precise moment, so they retain their full power. However, I can already tell you this. There are mistakes and dangers that can completely nullify the ritual, or even produce the opposite effect. Let's talk about them, so you never turn an ancestral practice into a risk for yourself. Mistakes and dangers to avoid. An ancestral ritual does not depend solely on what you do, but how and when you do it. Small oversights can empty its effect, or worse, turn the cleansing into an even greater energetic burden. That's why it's essential to know the most common mistakes before continuing. First, the improper water temperature. If it's too hot, you force the blood vessels and overload the energetic flow, generating agitation instead of calm. The result may be insomnia, headaches, or even palpitations. If it's too cold, you close the door through which dense charges should exit, keeping them trapped in the body. Second, the improper use of soap. Many believe that physical cleaning is enough, but common soap, especially industrial ones with synthetic fragrances, creates an energetic film that blocks natural release. The original ritual was performed only with water, herbs, and salt, nothing more. Third, and perhaps the most dangerous, performing the ritual in a negative emotional state. Anger, deep sadness, or resentment carry a frequency that is amplified when in contact with water and massage. Instead of expelling dense energies, you can seal these emotions inside yourself. That's why, before beginning, it's essential to align your breathing, calm the mind, and enter a state of neutrality or gratitude. Timing also matters. This ritual reaches its peak effectiveness on Friday afternoons, when the week's closing energy combines with the symbolism of cleansing and renewal. Doing it on other days can bring relief, but not the same power. These practices are not superstition. They are subtle adjustments that our ancestors understood through pure observation and sensitivity. When ignored, not only does the ritual lose its potency, but the connection with the wisdom that makes it special is broken. The ideal moment and perfect setting. Among all the days of the week, Friday has a special significance for this ritual. It is not just the end of a work cycle. Energetically, it holds the vibration of release. It's the day when the energy accumulated over the previous 6 days begins to let go, like dry leaves falling naturally in an autumn park. Our elders would say, cleanse on Friday and awaken in peace on Saturday. The afternoon is the moment of greatest strength. The sun has begun to descend, the light softens, and the temperature starts to drop. This transition from brightness to shadow reflects exactly what the ritual does within you, moving from excess to balance, from weight to lightness. To enhance the effect, prepare the space as if creating a sacred corner. Dim lighting, preferably with a lit candle, absolute silence, or soft sounds like the crackle of the flame or the distant murmur of nature. Use a container reserved exclusively for the ritual. It can be a simple basin, but one that is not used for anything else. Pour the warm water, add the chosen herbs, and settle into a comfortable spot where you can remain for at least 15 uninterrupted minutes. Keep the space tidy. Clutter and dirt interfere with the energetic flow because the external state influences the internal state. As you immerse your feet, feel your breathing synchronizing with the water's temperature. Imagine each exhale releasing not just air, but also the weight of the entire week. This moment is more than physical. It is a symbolic step toward a new state. Ritual, step by step. With the space ready and Friday's energy aligned, It is time to begin the movement that brings the ritual to life. Remember, each gesture is a message sent to your body and the energy surrounding you. After immersing your feet in the warm, herb-infused water, pause for a few moments in silence, allowing the warmth to expand. This brief interval is like opening a door. It signals your body that something important is about to begin. First movement, heel to toes. With your hands, gently glide along the sole of the foot, applying light but consistent pressure. This direction is intentional, following the natural flow of energy release, as if sweeping accumulated tension outward. Focus on 3 key points. Heel, linked to the energy base, where tensions related to survival and daily burdens accumulate. Center of the soul, a reflex point connected to the solar plexus, governing emotions such as anxiety and irritability. Zones for fine release, dispersing remaining energies after working on the previous points. While performing the movements, maintain slow, deep breaths. Inhale, imagining that you are drawing in lightness. Exhale, visualizing the weight dissolving into the water. Mind and body must be aligned because intention amplifies physical results. Do not rush. The touch should be conscious, like reading a story written on your skin. Some may notice intense warmth in their hands, others a tingling or even shivers. These are signs that energy is moving. Repeat the movements for several minutes, alternating between feet. Always finish by bringing your hands to the tips of the toes, as if pushing out everything that no longer serves you, incorporating natural elements. This first stage prepares the feet to receive the natural elements that complete the ritual. This is where salt, baking soda, and specific herbs elevate the process to another level. With the feet already warm and stimulated, add a tablespoon of coarse salt to the water. Salt acts as a natural purifier, absorbing the dense energies released in the initial phase. It also stimulates circulation and provides an immediate sense of lightness. Next, add half a tablespoon of baking soda. This softens the skin, balances pH, and symbolizes the neutralization of negative charges, creating a more stable energetic field. Finally, choose a second herb to complement the first infusion. Among the most commonly used are rue for energetic protection or lavender to induce deep serenity. Never use more than 2 herbs in the same ritual, as excess confuses the intention and reduces the effect. During this phase, keep your feet submerged and massage gently, stimulating the circulation of water around them. The sensation should feel as if the water is embracing your feet. Important prohibitions. Vinegar abruptly alters energy and can irritate the skin. Lemon, although purifying, here causes imbalance and excessive acidity. Inappropriate essential oils, some overstimulate and break the calm state required. Noise or distractions, conversations, television, or your phone, interrupt the energetic flow and disconnect you from the moment. With every minute, visualize the elements extracting what is excess and returning vitality. This is not just a physical cleansing, it is a symbolic reset. Second emotional layer, conscious touch. Until now, the focus was on physical and energetic purification. Now we enter the most intimate part, the contact of the hands as an extension of the heart. With the feet still submerged, place one hand under the heel and the other on the instep. Close your eyes and feel the temperature, texture, even the pulse. This perception is like deciphering silent signals your own body sends. The conscious massage begins like the previous phase, but with a slower, almost meditative rhythm. Use your palm to envelop the sole and your thumb to glide gently along the lines and curves, as if exploring an ancient map. Every touch awakens memories, releases stored emotions, and creates a state of presence rarely experienced in daily routine. If you detect tension in a point, maintain gentle pressure and breathe with the movement, as if silently saying, "It's okay, you can release." The psychology of touch shows that the body responds to this combination of pressure and intention as if it were a safe invitation to release. At this moment, you can begin mentally formulating the sacred words. They are not commands, but declarations of gratitude and surrender. Short phrases, whispered or repeated mentally, acknowledging the journey your feet have traveled and asking for lightness in the steps ahead. The power lies in sincerity, not volume. As the massage progresses, imagine each touched point as a key opening internal doors. At the end, slowly remove your feet from the water, letting the last drops fall as if carrying away any remaining energy. This second emotional layer prepares the body for the final revelation of the sacred words and the symbolic closure of the ritual, where silence and final gestures seal the entire process. Sacred words and ritual closure. We arrive at the most delicate and powerful point of the ritual, the revelation of the sacred words. They are not a spell, but a key that aligns your intention with the energy you wish to attract. In tradition, they were passed down only within families, from grandparents to grandchildren, always with the warning to use them respectfully. The phrase is brief, simple, and must be pronounced with full presence, force through purity. When saying it, do so with the awareness that you are sealing everything you have released and opening space for what is new. Repeat it 3 times, breathing deeply between each repetition without rushing. Every word must be felt. Afterward, remove your feet from the water and dry them with a towel reserved exclusively for this ritual. This towel should not be used for any other purpose, as it symbolizes closure and protection. The water used should be disposed of consciously. If possible, pour it into the earth. A small garden, a plant pot, or even at the base of an olive tree or rose bush, so that the energies returned are transformed by nature. If you do not have access to soil, pour it down the drain, but visualize that everything returns to the cycle of purification. Remain in silence for a few minutes afterward. It is in this interval that the body integrates the experience and the realigned energies find their place. Many describe an immediate feeling of lightness, a deeper sleep that night, and dreams filled with symbolic images, signs that the process has reached subtler layers, sustaining its effect. To maintain effectiveness, the elders advised repeating the ritual once a week, preferably on Fridays, and complementing it with small daily practices like quick foot massages or applying natural oil before sleeping. At its core, this is not just a cleansing gesture. It is a reminder that inner peace is built through small attentions. By caring for your feet, you also care for the path you walk, and on that path lies your true home. Recap. In this video, you've discovered much more than physical foot care. We began by identifying that fatigue which not even a full night's sleep can dissipate, the silent weight that accumulates in the bones, legs, and more subtly in the energy we carry. We discussed how our feet function as antennas, capturing and filtering vibrations from the world, and how our ancestors already knew that cleansing this area could transform not only the body, but also the mind and spirit. You learn the foundation of the ancestral ritual, the ideal timing, Friday afternoon, the importance of water temperature, the use of specific herbs, and the directed movements from heel to toes. You also discovered the most common mistakes, from improper soap use to performing the process in negative emotional states, and how to avoid them to maintain the purity of the practice. We explored the second emotional layer, where conscious touch and reading the body create a deep connection between intention and outcome. Finally, we reach the sacred words, force through purity, that seal the entire process, bringing not only purification, but also strength for continuing your journey. This ritual is not only for relaxing muscles or relieving tension. It restores internal harmony, honors the path you walk, and transforms a simple gesture into an act of presence and self-respect. If this practice resonated with you, like this video so it reaches more people, allowing traditions that should not be forgotten to live again. Share it with someone who needs this renewal, and write here the phrase, force through purity, to symbolically activate the power of your own lineage. And above all, remember, true rest does not come only from closing your eyes, but from releasing what no longer serves you and making space for what truly matters.